Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. Today we'll discuss an interesting halacha that's discussed in the Sifrei Shailas and Shuvas. There was this young gentleman that was called by many. They suspected him as being a ganev, and there was always things that was missing whenever he was around. And every time they approached him, he denied it. And bo mayim ad nafesh. And they had to find out where all the missing items are. So the Chaverim together decided, how will we figure out if it's true? And we obviously know that he's the Ganev. How do we get him to admit? So they decided to make a party. And at the party they'll serve alcohol. And there'll be yayin, there'll be wine. And somehow, if you give him enough wine, you give him enough wine and mashka, and you make him a little tipsy, perhaps nichnas yayin yotzasoy, perhaps his hidden secrets will come out. Sure enough, Hitaka did drink enough. He was happy, he was in a very good mood, and he started revealing all his secrets, exactly how many times he's stolen, where he hides all the money, etc., etc. And obviously he became the laugh of town. Obviously he became the Ganev of town, based on his own words. And the question that was approached, the question that was asked by Rabbanim was, were they allowed to do this? Because due to the fact that he drank so much, it embarrassed him a lot. He perhaps didn't daven, didn't bench. Were you allowed to do all this? And only because you want to get back your money, the genevis that he took. So the answer which was given is based on the Gemara in Yuma. The Gemara in Yuma says a very similar story to this. That Rab Meir, Rab Yehuda, and Rab Yosi, the Gemara in Yuma, Daf Pei Gimel Amud Beis, were walking, traveling, and Rab Meir had this habit that Rab Meir have a dayak b'shma. Rab Meir would ask you your name, and from your name he would know he was darshan about the name, about the personality of the person, just by the name of this person. However, Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Yosi didn't make a big deal about the person's name. So they came, as they're walking in the journey, they stopped over in a hotel, and they were going to check in. So they say to the hotel keeper, the innkeeper, Mashmecha, what's your name? So he says, my name is Kidur. So Rameir says, Shma minei ki adam rashahu. I have approved for this name that he's a Rasha, based on the pasuk in Parshas Hazinu, Kidur tapuchais hema bonim le'emun bam. So Rameir figured in his name something's wrong with this person. He's a Rasha. So Friday, Rav Yehuda and Rav Yosi are in their room, and they have to put away the money so it should stay safe for after Shabbos. So they go to the innkeeper and they say, please put this away in a safe place. So when we want to leave, we'll have it. Rab Meir, thinking that this person is a Rasha, didn't put it there. Where did Rab Meir hide his money? He went to the caver of the innkeeper's father and put it in the caver. During that night, the innkeeper has a dream that his father appears to him in his dream and says, go take the money that's under my head. So the next morning, Kidur comes to the Chachamim and says, I had a very funny dream. I had a dream that my father comes to me and says, take the money from under my head. What is this all about? You're the Chachamim. So Meir says, you had this Cholim from Friday night. Chaloimis from Friday night. Chalama de Beis Shimsho les Bumamasha. Friday night chaloimis don't mean anything, because when a person is in a relaxed mode, his mind starts wandering about the impossible. Don't make anything out of it. But Rameir, knowing that he's a wicked man, Rameir sat by the caver and watched his money, so nobody should come and dig it up until Matzah Shabbos. Next morning, Sunday morning, the Chachamim want to leave, so Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Yosi come to Kedar and say, please give us back our money. So Kedar says, money? I never took any money from you. So Rameir turns to them and says, didn't I tell you that I know from his name that he's an Adam Rasha? So didn't I tell you that you have to be medayik in the name? So they say to the mayor, you didn't say that he's an Adam Russian, don't give him money. You just say that names mean something. You should have told us, don't give him the money. So the mayor responds and says, Aimer the Amri Anoch Hashasha. I only say that it looks fishy. The name he has is suspicious. But Achzuke, to establish that for sure he's a Rasha, I couldn't tell you that. So I didn't want to tell you not to put the money by him. But Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Yossi need the money back. So the Gemara tells this story. That Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Yossi sat down for a party with Kiddur. They brought him to a place where they had a lot of wine. They gave him to drink a lot of wine. And he drank and drank. He became shikar. When he became shikar, he started saying all his secrets. But he didn't say anything about the money yet. And they saw that he started throwing up, and they saw that the remnants, the leftover of his last meals. So they were able to see that he last meal he had lentil soup. Lentils. So they went to his house, and they knocked on the door, and they come to the wife of the house, and they say, your husband said that you should give us back our money. She says, what are you talking about? She says, as a sign, he even told us what he ate for supper. He ate lentils, adushim. Oh, it must be true. So she gave them the money, and they left. Sure enough, the end of the story also has a halacha. He came home, and his wife told him all about it. And the Gemara says that he killed her for that. And based on that story, Chazal tell us the halacha of mayim achronim, that you have to wash after the end of the suda around your lips, around your mouth, because the suda left over the suda, haragas hanefesh, killed Rachmana. Because if a person wasn't left over, some leftovers of the meal, it ended up a story that somebody got killed. But the pile, besides the story of mayim achronim, the halacha of mayim achronim, you see that they felt it was a right thing to do to get the money to drink, make this person drink enough that they should be able to get his secrets out, and that's how they got their money back. And even though that there's going to be the person in the state of being a shikar, he won't do mitzvahs, he won't bench, he won't daven, it's still better than him every moment. The one who's holding the money, every moment that he holds not money that doesn't belong to him, he's over in gezela. The mitzvah of a heishav gezela shagazel is for every minute that he's holding something that doesn't belong to him. So al piyadin, it wasn't the worst thing that you guys did to try to save the person from the heishav gezela. Yashikoyach, and please join us again next week.